Peace, family. This is Ayapo, and this is Beachside Perspectives. Beachside Perspectives is a riff that I'm doing off of what LANCESCURV does on his channel. He does what's called rooftop perspectives, and he's the one who originated doing this. And so I'm just riffing off of what he did. Now, there are two channels on YouTube that when I go to them, I hit the thumbs up button or I hit the like button even before I hear what they have to say. One of them is the Radical Sisters channel, and the other one is LANCESCURV. I don't care what he's talking about. As soon as I see that he's talking, I put a thumbs up on it, because I know whatever him or Ajali is about to say is gonna make sense. And I'm seldom, if ever, as a matter of fact, it always makes sense. Whether I agree or not, I still give it a thumbs up. And the reason I do is because, like I said, they're going to be making sense. And both of them, in my observations, love black people and care about what happens to black people. And they do their best in their own ways to help us to move forward, to give us advice on how to move forward, to show us what they're doing, and so on. So, yeah, LANCESCURV and the Radical Sister. Those are my two go-tos, and those are my two automatic thumbs up. I don't give a crap what they're talking about. You know, as soon as I go there, like. That said, this morning, I've heard different, my voice is cracking. I've heard several people talk about affirmative action, and LANCESCURV talked about it this morning also. And so I guess I'll throw my 2 cents in, because I basically totally agree with LANCESCURV's spin on this. Because, see, number one, affirmative action has always existed, and affirmative action has not been repealed either. Okay? They haven't gotten rid of affirmative action. What has happened is that affirmative action always existed for white people, 100%. How did it work? You could have more qualified and more qualified black people who were trying to get into colleges, get homes, get business loans, and so on, and get jobs, of course, and they couldn't get them. And you would have less qualified white people who would get those jobs. So exactly what do you call that? That was affirmative action for white people all the time, the entire time. And then when they switched it around and put a black label on it as if it was for black people, then that's when it became a problem. Okay? And that's when everybody started bucking against it. Oh, that's reverse racism and blah, 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 all this crap. So affirmative action still benefited primarily white people, because I heard someone the other day say that it was Psycho, said that the only people who didn't benefit from affirmative action was straight white men, which I immediately said, yeah, that's not really accurate, because straight white men did benefit from affirmative action. They benefited from it through their wives and through their by extension, getting the benefits of affirmative action, because their wives were the ones getting the business loans. Their wives were the ones getting the opportunities to go to college and make more money to bring into their families and so on, right? And so these straight white men were benefiting from affirmative action, right? And black people weren't really benefiting. Why weren't they benefiting? Black men black men and black women were not benefiting because even when we did get something because of so-called affirmative action, it was tainted by, oh, well, you just got that position because you're black. Now, these people, what was happening with black people was if you were a qualified or highly qualified black person whose qualifications were the same or better than a white person, then that's when you got the job. It was always a myth that it was less qualified black people that were getting it. That was always a freaking myth and a talking point that they used. And as goes my theory about this, and it has yet to be proven wrong, and this is proving it right one more time, that literally, every time that everything that white people say negative about black people actually pertains to them. You know, where, you know, R-A-P-E, that you can't even say it because it's on YouTube. This is ridiculous. You can't even talk the way, you know what I mean? That we're that, okay? That we're thieves, that we're lazy. And so all of it actually pertains to them. Ignorant, uneducated, violent, all of it pertains to them. And with this affirmative action, it's the same thing over again. It actually pertains to them, where they're the ones who always got the chance to get the opportunities, even when they were less qualified. Even when they were less qualified. And it's just interesting to me how that works and how they do that and how we internalize that crap as if it's true, as opposed to just rejecting it outright. You know, you're dealing with the people who hate you, okay, and they're not going to say anything. Everything that they do, as Marimba Ani said, everything that white people do, everything that they do is for the purposes of perpetuating the system of white supremacy. Everything. When they wake up in the morning, everything that they do is to perpetuate their system and their dominance in it. So, anyway, when it comes to affirmative action, I agree with LANCESCURV and others who have said this, is that there's several things going on at once. Number one, we weren't benefiting from it anyway. The other thing is that when someone is telling you who they are, believe them. And I'm kind of thinking that that's what our people are really butthurt about, is that they are that America is showing you who they are, telling you who they are, and either we don't want to believe them or we just want to be up under them so bad and love them so much that we don't want to hear what they have to say. And when I say what they have to say, our feelings are hurt. I'll put it like this. It's not about affirmative action. It's about our freaking feelings are hurt because our love, the United States, is showing us once again that they don't give a crap about us, right? That's what everybody's butthurt about, because we weren't benefiting from affirmative action anyway. Let me ask you this, and just think about it, because of course you can't answer back because I'm on this, this is a one-way, not even a conversation. This is just a freaking soliloquy. But in real terms, okay, affirmative action has been repealed. What difference does it make? How are you going to feel it? How is it going to affect your real life? Really? What effect is this going to have on your day-to-day life? You'll never feel it. you are never going to feel it, right? And so everybody's getting all up in arms. What you're up in arms about is that you see that slowly but surely they are working their way back to the Jim Crow that they wish had never left. That's what you're upset about. But instead of trying to figure out how to get out from under these folk, instead, you want to cry and whine about, oh, they're taking this from us. Taking what from us? They've already shown that they don't give a crap, right? They've already shown that they don't give a crap, and it doesn't matter. So I'm not gonna like belabor this point. I'm gonna link you to LANCESCURV and what he has to say about it, and I agree with him. So he says it's actually better than I can. He's doing it on his rooftop perspective, which he is the one who originated this format. So I'll just leave it to that, and also suffice it to say that LANCESCURV, if anyone's seen my website and see what I do, I'm an artist, I'm a writer. I do like the YouTube, I create music, blah, 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 blah. LANCESCURV is a cartoonist per excellence, out of this world. He's one of the best I've seen, and I'm not just saying that, he's one of the best I've seen. So he's a cartoonist, he's a commentator, he's a former bodybuilder, and he's a writer. And so I'm going to link you to his site. His site is kind of like mine. It's very thick. His is actually thicker than mine. He has an app and everything. And you should download his app, by the way, on LANCESCURV. And you can get it from your Apple store, and you can get it from your Android store. So I'm going to link you to him, and I'm also going to link you to the Radical Sister. And I think that's about it. This is Ayapo, and these were my beachside perspectives. Coming soon, jungle perspectives, where I'll be running my mouth while I'm walking through the jungle. Because the interesting thing is, when Angela and I walk in the morning, if we walk about a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and then if we make a left, we're here. It's not even 2 or 3 minutes, like a minute or two. And we make a left and we're standing here. And if we make a right, we walk into the jungle. So that's pretty awesome. So anyway, you can see me on YouTube like you're watching me now. I'm also on Instagram. I have my website, ayapoyapa.com, where you can find my books, links to my other social media. You can find my artwork, my music. My music is, it's okay. And, there's just a whole lot there to find. And a couple Easter eggs. I keep telling people there's a couple Easter eggs in that site that are not marked. But once you find them, I hide 2 big secrets on it. So you might want to poke around in there and see if you can find them. So that's about it. This is Ayapo, and this is Beachside Perspectives. All y'all have a great day.